Hi guys, this is the Owl Reader, and this is my first video. This is a book review channel, so I take a book and I talk about it and review it, if it's a good book or a bad book to read. I think a good starting book from this channel would be the 101 Dalmatians, which I really liked myself, even though I'm not much of a dog person. I really liked it. It is quite interesting. Now for the summary of the story. If you have not read this book yet, or you don't want a spoiler alert, because I'm going to give the summary of the story. So you can fast forward past the summary if you want, or you can watch it. I don't care. So, it's about two Dalmatians named Pongo and Mrs. who are expecting puppies. And one day, they meet a lady named Cruella de Vil, who went to school with Mrs. Dearly, their owners. And she invites them over for dinner. So they go over for dinner at Cruella's house. After that, they invite her over to dinner at the Dearly's house next Saturday. Or sometime later. I forget. So yeah. And then, halfway through the meal at the Dearly's, Mrs. has her puppies. So they clear everyone out. All of the guests leave, except Cruella de Vil, because she stands up sternly and says, "I must see the puppies." They had no intention of telling her, but she heard voices upstairs when she ran upstairs, and demanded how long until they were old enough to buy. And the Dearlys told her that they would not be selling any, so she marched out in rage. So Cruella's mad. Now we're this far. One day, they put the puppies out. They put all 15 puppies out, because Mrs. had 15 puppies. It's a lot. But they put all 15 puppies outside in their little play area. Then one day, Cruella's minions stole the puppies. So, Pongo and Mrs., they go out to look for them. So they make their way to Cruella's house, Cruella's country house, where she's keeping all these Dalmatians so she can skin them and turn them into fur coats. Which is bad, obviously. Pongo and Mrs. come back with not only their 15, but mysteriously end up with a lot of Dalmatian puppies. So, sorry if you see my eyes watering, I got allergies. Pongo and Mrs. come home to the Dearlys with a lot of puppies, and they live a happy life. The end. Okay, so that's the summary of the story. Now, age recommendations. An age area would be probably 8 to 12-year-olds. I really enjoyed this book, and I am 10 years old. It was awesome. It really kept my interest. Okay, now for the fun part. I get to rank this book with the OWL ranking system. So there's narrative/plot, which is one of the criteria out of 5. So there's 5 criteria. Each criteria I'm going to rate 1 through 5, depending on how good I think the author did with that in that area with this book. So I'm going to discuss the criteria. Narrative/plot means like the plot, what's happening, what's the problem, do they solve the problem, that kind of stuff. Character development, how much they develop the characters. Is there like any non-developed characters? Do they not develop characters enough? How well they develop the characters. Talk about them, make you understand them. Story progression, how long it takes to like get to know what's happening in this story. Like, does it take painstakingly long, so like you're so bored reading it, or does it go so fast that you're lost, or is it like perfect, right in the middle? It's like it doesn't go too fast or too slow. It's just perfect. So that's story progression. Creativity, were the names creative, were the events that happened creative, creativity altogether. Then the fifth criteria, appropriateness, were there any bad words, cursing, anything inappropriate or shouldn't be said in a book, anything like that. Okay, so I'm going to rate each of these criteria 1 through 5, and then I'm going to average out the rating into the owl ranking, overall owl ranking of this book. And that will be the end of this episode. So, well, it's not the end yet. We still got to go through the ranking. So, narrative/plot, I'm going to rate 4 out of 5. Great plot. Awesome. Amazing plot. I really liked it. It's just that I don't really know how to say this. It just didn't feel perfect to me. Like, it just didn't feel perfect, but it felt really, really awesome plot-wise. So I'm giving narrative/plot a 4 out of 5. And then on to character development. Character development, 3 out of 5. For 2 reasons. I'll tell you. Reason number 1, they do not develop Cruella's husband enough. He's just Cruella's husband. I don't think they even give you his first name. They just call him Mr. DeVille. He's just a furrier. That's all you really know about him. And another thing is, they don't really develop some of the puppies enough. Like, in the original 15 that Mrs. has, they only give you the names of 5 and describe 5, like somewhere around 5. And, like, what about the other 10 puppies? They're just puppies. You don't really get names or descriptions for them. Like, yeah, I can understand that's a lot, but when you're writing, like, a novel, even if it's a lot, it can be worth it. So I'm giving character development 3 out of 5. Story progression, it was really good. It didn't, like, stall too long. It wasn't painstakingly slow. It wasn't, like, so fast that you were lost. It was, like, perfect right in the middle. It was just perfect story progression. So I'm giving it a 5 out of 5. Story progression is a 5 out of 5. Creativity, 5 out of 5. I'm giving creativity a 5 out of 5 because a few reasons. Reason number 1, if you think about it, Cruella's last name, DeVille, if you put the 2 words together, it spells devil. And she's like the bad guy of the story. So I think that was pretty creative if you ask me. And another thing is, the other names were super creative. How the author found out about like Pongo being a common Dalmatian name, I think that was awesome. He like mentioned in the story that Pongo was a common Dalmatian name, so he actually put some research into it. It's not crazily fictional, you know. So I'm giving creativity a 5 out of 5. And appropriateness, the big one, 5th criteria. Appropriateness wise, this book was perfect. Like, there's really nothing even remotely inappropriate in this book. It is definitely a 5 out of 5. So if you're looking for books with, like, no cursing, bad words, or anything, this book right here, it's perfect. So now for the average overall. Okay, I'm going to give you the average in a second. Just give me a second. Okay. Alrighty. The overall owl ranking average of this book is 4.4. I think I forgot to tell you that the overall ranking can be a decimal, but the separate criteria rankings are all whole numbers. So this is a 4 out of 4 by Owl Ranking. I hope you enjoyed this book review. 4 out of 4 means really good. Like, this book is awesome. 4.4 is really close to 5 out of 5. It's like 4.5. So that is really good. I hope you enjoyed this book review. If you want, in the comments below, you can name a book, and I'll try to make room to do a book review on that book. See you next time. Owl Reader signing out.